Okay, she's just going to keep going. Hi, I'm Carol.
I'm Katie. Welcome back to Skirt Studies.
Today we're going to talk about,
Your next installment of Skirt Studies is a follow-on from last week where we introduced 16 naturally feminine leadership skills.
Naturally feminine leadership. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Based on research, not so scientific research, but some research where women excel. So I thought it'd be a great idea to take those 16 skills and let's put them into a nice little model that kind of ties them all together so that if you're tracking along in the course or if you're just having dialogue with us about your leadership feminine skills, you can perhaps find trends where you're better or not.
Yes.
You know, emphasize your strengths though, right?
Well,
but fix the weakness.
Both. Well, it's a little bit of both. It is, this week is week 2, and we are looking at emphasizing your strengths and also working on those things that you're not so good at. So,
okay. So those 16, here's how they kind of fit together.
Yes.
And it's not perfect, but generally each of the 16 fit into one of 4 categories. They either have to do with the way that you sense situations, or the way that you act on situations, or the way that you sense people, or the way that you act in interact with people.
Right.
Right. Act on people. Interact with people.
Right. So of the 16, they go into 4 different categories. Right. And so part
like
of this,
acting, I'm good acting.
Are you good acting?
I'm good at acting on situations. I am an actress. I'm good at acting. I'm not so good at acting in situations, but I'm very good at sensing situations. So my self-talk will sense something going on, but I won't necessarily do something about it. That's my weakness. What about yours?
Well, I don't have any weaknesses, really.
I love that about you.
What I'd like to talk about is really one of my strengths, and that is collaborating with others and having that collaborative mindset. And one of the things I do in my office is if I'm struggling with something, I call a hall meeting and I just say, anybody,
good idea. Love that.
Go out in the hall and say, anybody that's not in the middle of something right now, I have a question.
But you're out there in the hall with them, right?
Oh, we're all out in the hall.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all talking. And so I ask them, whatever it is I'm struggling with. And a lot of it has to do with their job. And so I want to know how they feel about what's happening and the possibilities, So there's 3 different roads we can take. What do you guys think?
Yes.
And it works,
It works great.
And then they're a part of the decision that's being made, and they feel so much better about having decisions made.
And when you're good in certain areas, we forget the weaknesses of other areas, and we kind of assume them. And I won't go into this long story, but I'm working on a project where it's all men, and I keep sensing that we need to do this big picture something. Danged if they don't keep ignoring me. I'm like, I'm evidently not speaking their language because they're thinking in terms of detail or execution, and I'm doing big picture. And so we just keep missing. It's a real lesson in adapting your approach.
Yeah, well, and also, how do you get them to that bigger picture? A lot of times you get me there.
I bonk them on the top of the head.
Well, that's part of it.
Or I take them out for a beer. That
cave
actually
woman-ish, but that's okay. We can move back as well as forward.
So there's a lot of fodder for discussion this week. Last week and this week, and hopefully you'll use the online resources to get some conversations going. It'd be really cool if you're doing this with like a book club or a masterminds group, and you guys can all kind of cuddle around to
talk about those things and ask your friends, ask your coworkers, where they see your skills working and where they don't see your skills working. So,
and we'll talk
it is that collaborative mindset that you'll get the interaction with others.
See, we're good at that.
We are.
Good. We're so good at that, we're going to come back next week.
We are.
See you then.
Bye-bye.